Alright, quick build update on the slick that I've been working on. I've got a lot of the little things done. Already had the hinges going last time. But I got the control horns in. I've got the hinge gaps sealed. And I use this stuff that's actually made for a machine that teachers use to seal documents. It runs two of these through and seals the document between them. But I caught on to this stuff a little bit ago and it works great. It's super lightweight, goes on crystal clear, it's inexpensive. I bought a huge roll, cut off a bunch of it, and then donated the rest to a school. But I'm not even sure if you can even see that. But you can only see a couple little places where it doesn't turn just crystal clear. So any color you have, it goes right through it. Nobody knows it's there. And then I've done the modifications I talked about to the fuselage. I added this cooling scoop back here to give me some additional cooling out of the center of the fuselage. I added this bar to tie up my wires for the receiver that I'm going to mount right here. I added in these fuel tubings anywhere I'm going to have wires come out. This will be for the battery. Got them over here. I'm going to run the ESC wires through here and the telemetry wires through here. So I'm kind of back onto assembly mode. And I'll show you when I got looking at putting the electronics in here. I decided that I didn't like the way the ESC was going to mount right here. The wires were going to have to go over this framework, and I just didn't like how they were kind of rubbing right there. So I decided I'd lift the ESC on here, and that's going to work out great because it'll give me some additional cooling on the underside. It's got a full aluminum case, so that'll work out really well. I've got these cooling holes cut in that Pilot puts into the plane, and then here's the scoop again. That worked out well, just like balsa to make it up and nice and easy. So I'm going to move on and I'm going to mount these servos next. And I like to mount these before I mount the tail so I can get these drilled in really well, not have any issues with it. And then one of the things I like to do with the servos when they have these long leads where they connect, I like to put on heat shrink. So I never have to worry about these coming loose inside. I have these type of connectors, but I don't like using these down in a body because I never know when they get dry or might crack or anything. I don't know why my camera won't focus, but these are great. I use these when I assemble in the wings before I fly to make sure they stay nice and secure. But I don't like using these down in a fuselage because I just don't know if they're ever going to have an issue. The heat shrink, you put it on, you forget it, it's there forever. I did mount this ball link for the tail wheel. That worked out great. I did exactly what I said. I put a screw into the rudder and cut the head off, and then screwed the ball link onto it with a little bit of epoxy, and that worked out fine. But when I started looking at the tail wheel, putting the tail wheel on, I noticed a different issue in that rod is not going to go through that ball link if I mount it where Pilot said to mount it. So how I'm going to solve that is I just made up a little piece of light ply, and I'm going to mount that right there. Then when I mount the tail wheel on, it lines up just about perfectly with that ball link. So that's going to work out great. And that's how I'm going to solve it. Again, this tail wheel seems really good, nice, firm. I don't think it'll have any issues. I wonder if the people complain about the laser, it wasn't so much about the landing gear, but the way this ball link goes in. But this screw system seems to be nice and firm. So hopefully next time you see this, it'll be much more assembled. I'm going to get the motor box mounted, get the ESC and the motor and all that mounted, get these servos mounted, and then I'll work on getting this tail in. I borrowed an incidence meter from a buddy of mine, so I'm going to make sure this incidence matches the wing incidence, so I don't have any issues with trim and weird stuff that I can't chase down in the air. Okay, all right guys, see you next time.